Welcome back to 3D Decode. In this session, we're going to cover instrumentation and control for compressor and pump packages. This is a crucial area because it ties together process control, machinery protection, and safety shutdown systems. If you're preparing for interviews, this is a must-know topic. Let's dive in. Control system architecture. Here's how the architecture is divided. BPCS, DCS, PLC handles process control, flows, temperatures, pressures, and gives the operator the HMI interface. CSESD, IEC 61511, independent safety system for trips like low lube oil pressure, high vibration, or fire and gas. Machinery protection, API 670 rack, dedicated to vibration probes, key phaser, axial position, casing vibration, and bearing temperatures. These feed alert danger set points and trip relays hardwired to the ESD. Cause and effect matrix, C&E, the single source of truth for alarms, trips, and voting logic. For example, 2003 voting. Core field instruments. For compressors, you'll typically see pressure transmitters, PT, suction and discharge, with alarms for PSL and PSHH. Temperature transmitters, TT, suction, discharge, bearing oil supply return, seal gas heaters. Flow transmitters, FT, suction or recycle, used in anti-surge. API 670 probes, XY proximity probes per bearing, axial probes, casing accelerometers, key phaser. Seal gas system, API 692, PG, FT-DP across filters, seal supply and vent pressures. For pumps, FT on discharge or min-flow line, PT suction and discharge, TT bearing or casing if required. Seal plans, pressure, level, and temperature on plan 5253 reservoirs, DP across coolers, filters. For the lube oil system, API 614, level transmitters on reservoir, DP transmitters across filters, pressure indicators on headers, temperature controllers at cooler outlets, pump auto start permissives for main auxiliary emergency pumps. Key control loops, A, compressor anti-surge control, ASC, goal, stay right of surge line. Inputs, corrected flow, suction, discharge pressure, speed correction. Logic, PID drives a fast, fail-open recycle valve to keep operating points safe. Overrides, force open on start-stop, high discharge P, low flow, high delta T. Hardware, fast-acting valve with high-quality instrument air. B, pump minimum flow protection, constant recycle via orifice or PCV. Modulating loop keeps flow Q-min by opening recycle. Interlocks, low flow trip, standby pump auto start, seal plan permissives. C, lube oil system, API 614, pressure control valve on header, cooler bypass tick, duplex filter DP alarms, pump auto changeover and LL trips. D, seal gas control, API 692, maintain DP above process gas, control heater to prevent condensation, monitor vent flows. Alarms, trips, voting, machinery, vibration alert danger trip, axial position danger trip, bearing metal temperature HH trip. Lube oil system, header pressure LAL trip, reservoir level LAL trip, filter DP high alarm. Process, discharge PHHH, recycle open or trip, suction PLLL, assist anti-surge or trip. Voting, critical transmitters like LOS pressure or vibration, often configured 203 for reliability. Tagging and ranges, samples, PT101 suction, 0 to 10 bar G, alarms at 1.0 and 0.6. PT102 discharge, 0 to 60 bar G, alarm at 55. FT103 suction, 0 to 120,000 nanometer kWh, alarm at Q-min margin. XV-RSV 0001 recycle valve, fail open, stroke 1S equal % trim. Vibration probes, alert 75 mm per PK. Axial probe, set points per OEM table. Mini quiz, quick check. 1. Why must the compressor recycle valve fail open? 2. Which 3 measurements are fundamental for anti-surge control? 3. What's the purpose of 2003 voting on critical sensors? 4. Name 2 trip conditions from the lube oil system. Interview Q&A. Q. ASC versus simple pressure control. ASC uses flows head versus surge line. Pressure alone can't prevent surge over the full curve. Why is key phaser useful? A. For speed correction and diagnostics like phase and orbits. How do you protect pumps at low flow? A. With minimum flow recycle, low flow trip, and standby auto start. Q. What permissives do you check before starting a compressor? A. Lube oil pressure, reservoir level, seal gas DP, recycle valve open, no vibration or axial trips. Why separate API 670 rack from DCS? Independence. Machinery trips must not depend on BPCS. Practical task, I/O list and logic narrative, sample I/O list rows. PT101 suction pressure, AI 0 to 10 bar G, alarm LL indication in BPCS. FT103 suction flow, AI 0120K nm per hour, alarm L, input to ASC. XV-RSV001 recycle valve, AODO 0100% fail open on ESD. Vibration probe, AI trip via API 670 rack. LO header pressure, AI 06 bar, trip if low. ASC logic narrative excerpt. Inputs flow, suction discharge pressure, optional speed. Compute head and margin to surge line. Primary PID opens recycle valve if margin 0. Overrides start stop, settle out, high P. Failsafe, loss of air signal, recycle valve opens. Trips, persistent surge alarm plus trip per C&E. And that wraps up today's topic on instrumentation and control for compressor and pump packages. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to 3D Decode. More deep dive engineering content is on the way. See you in the next video.